Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Eden Zero episode season 2 episode number 12 reaction. So the previous episode, what happened is that the whole situation with Draken Joe has kind of been resolved. Amira took him in, and yeah, we are back to Blue Garden. Lavilla's fine. Everything kind of goes smoothly, and yeah, peace comes back again. However, now Shiki wants to go back to what's the name? Grandel again, and he's like, oh, I need to meet the guys and see what they're doing. And he's like, oh, they might be a little bit aggressive, but we'll manage, because obviously he doesn't know what happened. So he goes there, realizing after reaching there that yeah, like what happened. Like Hermit helps him kind of understand what went on by reading their logs, and told him that, oh, it was just like an acting that they did so that Shiki is able to go outside, outer space, when Rebecca came in. And Shiki realizes that, and then suddenly Ziggy appears out of nowhere. Well, like there's like moss and everything grown on him. So let's see what happens. Let's see where he was, what's going on. All these questions. Let's see if they are answered. So yeah, let's begin then. Episode number 12. I'll be putting the subtitles in the timer here. Sync it whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, let's see. Hmm. Oh boy. Hmm. All right. All right. Why are we having like such a huge recap? What's going on? I guess this is like a beginning of a new thing. That's why. All right. Hmm. Yeah. Well. Yep. There you go. There he is. All right. You have a lot of questions to answer. Okay. Clash of the Cosmos. Hmm. Ugh. Okay, so all right. Oh yeah, Hermit is here. I forgot. What? Yeah. No, like not dead, but I think like we never knew where he was. Like that kind of. Oh no, wait. Did this? Okay. Okay. Oh. 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 Um. Yeah. Wait. He has. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh. All right. What's going on? I was wrong. What? His ether gear. Whoa. Like. Yeah. He. Useful. What the hell? Yeah. Oh, Eden's won. I was wondering, like the connection between Eden one and Eden zero. I was wondering, like, oh my God. Oh boy. Yeah, Eden's one. There you go. The one that Connor had in his. Like, Happy won't know it because he's from the other time leaped world. However, wait, no, Rebecca never even saw like the written in Connor's hand. Whoa. Oh my God. This is not good. Oh boy, he has definitely changed. I don't think this is how she could. Oh my God. Oh my God. No, great. Uh, oh my God, I feel like Rebecca will need to leave now. No. No, no, he's the one who. Oh, great. I wonder what happened that he suddenly decided to just. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Homeless face. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, but will it be in like I don't know. I there's part of me that feels like Ziggy's like has planned this in advance to I don't know like to make Shiki like I don't know like make him. Oh, he's crying. Hmm. Okay, is she back? Oh God. I feel like this isn't going in a good direction. Oh no 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 no. Oh wait, I thought he was going to attack or something. Oh okay. Oh, I thought he was going to attack Pino or something. That would be kind of messed up. Oh my God, they're going to like destroy the planet or something. I feel like I don't know. Like what's okay? So Eden's one Captain Connor is now part of like Ziggy's like captain in the ship. Wait, he just left? Oh, he's attacking Eden Zero. All right, stop it, Moscow. That was just like I don't know. I still get the feeling something else is up. Like Z could have easily killed them if he wanted. Like why did he suddenly leave like that? Like okay, like he did say like he's going to like like fight like fight the humans and whatnot. So I'm guessing he's going towards like the other planets like Blue Garden or something. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, for a moment I thought maybe we have to leap or something like the way it was going. And we don't even know if Rebecca can leap anymore. That's the question. It looks like a fish, the other ship. There we go. Connor is here. Yeah. Yeah, he was. Oh. What the hell? Dark Star? Um. Okay, this isn't good. Like I still think there's something going on. He's hiding something. Like like the fact that he's refusing to elaborate anything at all kind of makes it more suspicious that there's something else going on. Okay. Wizard. Oh boy. Well, what? Oh god. Comparing the military. Yeah? I guess that's why he said that I had a dream of being surrounded by a warm family. Hmm. Oh god, yeah. And the thing is, my god. Oh yeah, these two are here. I forgot about them. Now, their ship is so big, like it actually, I guess it'll take time to steer. Yeah, while they're small, they can just quickly maneuver and just, I don't know. Yeah, because, it's grandfather. Hmm. Okay, we did. Oh no, it's quite big. I kind of made a. Okay. This one is quite big. It looks kind of small from the distance, but. Yeah. Start attacking with it. Okay. Oh. Anti-ether missile. Scorp- Oh! Whoa. It's like. Yeah, nothing happened. Well, yeah. The battle. Oh my god. Oh whoa. Wait, what is it? What? Oh no. Oh, this guy. Oh my god. 30. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh my god, we're gonna crash somewhere. Whip in the. I was thinking like Rebecca will like can she like deliberately do it? Like I don't know. Wait, something's happening. Someone's defeating the. Well, it's good because who is it? Is it those guys? Yeah, there you go. I was wondering. I was wondering if it's Elsie or not, but okay. All right. There's a lot of questions. First of all, why did like I still get the feeling this is like some kind of deliberate ploy for Z for something bigger. Like first of all, he could have easily killed them in Granville. Like if he really wanted to sink their ship and destroy them, why the hell did they go away? Like they could have defeated them in Granville and then taken care of Eden Zero. They left when. And also another thing, when Pino was like, "Oh, I'm not going to go with you," he's like, "All right, fair enough," like like, and then just leaves. Like it's like weird, like these kind of things make me feel like something else is going on. I don't know, but I'm not really sure. Another thing, um, like from the looks of it, it seems like Ziggy, after like everything that happened, went through something that made him change his mind about humans, and that's why he has decided to, I don't know, like defeat them and destroy them or whatever. But then here's the thing: Eden's one, where did, like it already existed, didn't it? Like there's a lot of things that are not kind of like aligning, a lot of plot points which probably will be answered later on. So this would mean like what I thought was Ziggy was already in Granville from the beginning, and he was like somewhere there, like moss were all covering him and everything. Okay, and he like like suddenly, I don't know, like woke up in Granville when Shiki came in, and after that he came and met Shiki. Like that's what I thought happened. However, that wouldn't answer one of the questions, that is, where did Eden's One come from then? Eden's One was an already established ship. We saw it before. So Ziggy must have made it, or like I don't know, like did something to it and hired Connor, made the other like like the, what do you call them, the Dark Stars or whatever he called them, those guys. Like this was like a thing in progress. They were already here. So that would mean that Ziggy, for some reason, made the ship, made the stars over there, hired Connor, and then, I don't know, came to Granville and somehow got deactivated or something for a little amount of time. And that's why moss started growing on him. And then after Shiki came in, like like he probably told Connor that, oh, at this point of time you come to Granville, or like something. He must have told him something, and he was like deactivated in Granville or something somewhere else. When Shiki came in, he got activated and he came and decided to confront Shiki. for just if he really wanted to destroy them or wipe humans out, this is an awfully long process and very complicated, like like just very lengthy way of doing it. Why? Like like why would he like do like the fact is that Ziggy was somewhere, like somewhere, I don't know, like something happened to him. Or you know what, maybe there's something else that is going on. You know what, I didn't think of it like that. Maybe Ziggy like got into a fight or something, and he, like I don't know, like he got defeated, and that's why he got deactivated for a little while. Moss started growing on him, and Eden's One was an already established crew that was trying to look for him. And then when he finally got activated and like meets Shiki again, Eden's One was able to find him and comes and picks him up. Yeah, you know what, that might be the case. Either that or something else is going on. Like, I don't know, like I feel like they're not going to use the same plot point twice, because this happened before as well, didn't it? With the whole Granville, like the robots, them acting as like the bad guy to make Shiki go and like spread his wings. That happened. This is like a plot point that, like, this is like a thing that already happened. So I don't think they're going to use the same way or same plot point where like Ziggy turns out to be good all along in the end. I don't think that's going to happen. However, then what? Like, I get the vibe that Ziggy is doing something for, like, whatever he's doing now is for something, some bigger plan he has in the future. But I doubt it is going to become the same situation as the Granville robots, where they acted as the villain and let Shiki go. I don't think it's going to be the same thing. It'll be something different, I think, because I doubt they're going to use the same plot point, because it's literally the same plot point. If Ziggy becomes, in the end, if you get to know that Ziggy is actually good and he's trying to help Shiki out by doing this or acting as a villain, then it would kind of coincide with the whole Granville situation. I don't think they're going to do that. There'll be some other twist, which I feel like they'll try to like put in. So yeah, but this is true. I still think that this is not Ziggy's actual plan. Like, he's planning on something bigger, because there's a lot of things that I don't know. Like, that's kind of weird. Like he says that, oh, I've made Eden's One as a superior, like like version of Eden's Zero, and all the others, like the stars that I made, the new stars, they're also like a superior version. So I don't need you guys. Like, that whole thing. It, I don't know. It's kind of like, when did he like start, like, what, when did this happen? Like, you know what, let me just stop. I'm guessing they're going to reveal this little by little, but the fact is that I still think there's something else going on. This isn't the full truth. Anyways, okay, let's see now. All right, so here we get to see okay, what's the part where okay, here we go. The episode begins and we see Ziggy come in, and like everyone's like, oh, like like, and like obviously like other people, like people who don't know Ziggy, they're confused, they don't know who he is. But obviously Shiki and Hermit and Pino, they're like, oh, like Ziggy, and Shiki's like, oh, like, grandpa, you're alive, and this and that, and then Ziggy just stops them. Now here's the thing. I still get the vibe that there's something else going on. Like, this whole section as well, when Shiki's running towards Ziggy, the way Ziggy's just looking down, like this, and then suddenly puts up his hand and stops. Like, this whole thing. If he really wanted to kill them, he wouldn't. I don't know. I feel like he's thinking something, and he's like, I don't know, like probably preparing himself for what he's going to do. He gives me that type of a vibe. The way he's looking down, just like when Shiki is running towards him, and then little by little puts his hands up. I don't know, maybe I'm looking too much into it. I'm not really sure. But if someone wanted to destroy, like, and kill, like, and here's another thing. The fact that he doesn't address anything, like, he comes in and just, he's like, oh, I'm going to kill everyone. Doesn't, like, refuses to elaborate, nothing. He's just, like, that also is very suspicious. like I don't know if he's like a person who's really hateful towards humans and really wants to destroy them on like and actually is trying to kill Shiki and all. I'm sure he would have explained his whole situation and he would say that, oh, this is why I want to destroy you guys. You guys are trash. You guys are like, humans are selfish. They're bad. Like this happened. Like, and that's why I'm going to destroy you. I feel like a person who like this is what I'm guessing. If Ziggy really had lost all his hope and faith in humanity because something happened to him, humans did something to him. I don't know. I get the feeling he would have explained it at least a little bit or even hinted towards it. He literally says nothing. He doesn't elaborate anything. He just comes in and he just tells that, oh, I'm going to destroy you guys. That's it. No explanation. Why suddenly did he decide to do this? What changed that he changed from a person who loved humans to this? None of that he explains. When Hermit asks him, like, you were not like this, he refuses to elaborate. He just leaves. Like, this is also another thing, a reason I feel like there's something else going on. This isn't his whole plan. He's planning something else. This is like a small part of whatever he's planning. It might be something good, or I don't know, maybe it might be something bad. Like, I don't know, like, I don't think it is something bad, but like, who knows? Maybe like, yeah. Anyways, okay, so he uses his gravity, like like his power. He just drops everyone, and the almost the whole Grandel kingdom, like gets like destroyed. And like it was like it didn't seem like it was a big like thing, but he actually like completely destroyed the land and everything. And they were also like going to fall a long distance. Thankfully, what's his name, Shiki, grabbed Rebecca, used his gravity power, and like help Rebecca and Happy. While over there, what's his name? Weiss helped Homura with his arsenal. So obviously, like like Shiki's like, what's going on? Why are you doing this? Now, the only thing that he says and explains here is that humans are such ugly and foolish creatures. Okay, so there you go. That's it. And I don't know. I feel like if he really got betrayed by humans like Hermit or like something like that happened, and that's why he has lost all faith and he decided to destroy the humans, I feel like he would explain a little bit more, elaborate a little bit more, or maybe I'm just too used to villains just blabbering about everything in anime. Like villains love talking in anime. They just love talking about their whole backstory and just like like the whole technique, what they're doing, why they're doing. That's why maybe I'm too used to that, and I'm like, oh, why is he not explaining something? It must be that he has some other plan. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. But yeah, like I don't know, like the fact that he refuses to elaborate is actually bugging me so much. He just says that, oh, I hate humans, I'm going to like destroy them. They're ugly and like foolish creatures. While Hermit is obviously like, you're wrong, humans and robots are different individuals. Not everyone is evil. And he says like, oh, there are useful humans as well. And yeah, like the way he's speaking, it like I don't know, it feels like he's this is like his deliberate way of acting like a villain. Like I feel like he's trying too hard to act a villain. Where he says there are useful humans as well. Like that's also another thing that I feel like it's like a weird thing to say, because like I don't know, like it's like I'm pretty sure in the beginning he loved humans. Like take let's just believe that, yeah, he actually is like actually evil and that wants to destroy the humans. But there was a time when he loved humans, didn't he? Like that's why he brought Shiki in. I don't know, like made like friends, told Shiki about like robots having heart and all that. Like all these things he said. Like there must have been a section where he was like like friendly towards human he loved humans, and then maybe something else happened. That's why he changed his mind. So I don't know. The fact that he says like there are useful humans kind of sounds weird, because it seems like this statement, I don't know, this statement kind of feels like he's trying to act like a villain. Yeah, like like why would he say useful humans? Like it's like very weird. Like like he's like, oh, useful, like someone who loved humans before, even if he turns bad and goes against human, that person wouldn't say there are useful humans. He would just have hatred towards humans. That's it. He wouldn't say that, oh, like there are useful humans. Like it's a weird thing to say. So, or maybe something else is happening. I don't know. Like, you know what? Let's just wait for the reveal little by little, whatever's going to happen. And obviously, like I said, Hamid says, like, what is happening to you? Like, like what's happening to you? Okay. Now here Ziggy says, like, Pino, like, come with me, like you were okay. Another important thing he says here, he says, like, your role is not here, or something like that. He says, let me go. You belong to our side. Okay, just a minute. He says something else as well. All right, Pino, you were created in such a way that you cannot defy my order. Okay. And then Pino starts walking. Where's that part where he says, like, you have a bigger significance or something like that? He says, oh, there you go. I'll tell you why you were created. Follow the program. All right, so yeah, like, I don't know if he really became like a villain, like, then he's been planning this for a long time, because he says, like, you were made for one reason, follow the program. That's what he says. So that would mean that when he made Pino, he had something else in mind. That would mean that when he started making Pino, he had already changed his mind about humanity. And maybe that is when he started making Eden's One and those like, the stars, the new stars. Maybe that's when he started making all of that. But then why was he here in Granville all broken, one of his horn broken, with mosses like covering him? Why is that happening? Okay, you know what? I feel like Elsie might be able to explain something. Like, we saw her coming in. Elsie had contact with Ziggy. After Shiki, like, after he left Granville, like, Shiki thought he died or something. I don't know. Like a lot of people thought he died. But after he left, he gave Eden Zero to Elsie. So that means that Elsie had contact with Ziggy after Shiki had, like, met him last. So I feel like Elsie might actually be able to explain something and shed some light into this. Like, you know what? Next episode will give us, I feel like it will give us a few of our answers. Or maybe next episode will be purely Elsie and Eden Zero fighting against Eden's One. And then maybe after we, like, settle down and we talk to Elsie, maybe we'll get some information. Yeah, because I feel like Elsie might actually be able to help us to provide information. She must know something. Even if she doesn't know what's happening, she must have a clue or an inkling as to what's going on, and might be able to shed more light into this whole situation. Because I don't know, there's like a 50-50 chance of Ziggy actually becoming evil and going against humanity, or this is all part of his bigger plan, which is he's not letting us know. Now, I don't know what that bigger plan is. It might be something, I don't know, for the greater good of humanity and the world, or maybe it's something related to Shiki. Maybe he's doing all of this to somehow make Shiki, I don't know, like trying to make him grow more or something. But like I said, that would be a coinciding plot point. This already happened before with the robots in Granville when they acted the villain to let Shiki go. So Ziggy doing the same thing would be kind of weird. I feel like it would kind of coincide with the previous plot point. I don't think, like, they'll let that happen. Like, it's like a very weird situation. It'll be like the same plot point will be get repeated if Ziggy is actually like that. So I don't know. I get the feeling that that's not the full case. Something else might be happening. It's not that he's trying to do this for Shiki's good or something like that, but it might be something close to that. But anyways, let's see. Like, let's wait. Next week will probably give us a few answers, because I think Elsie has a few answers for us. She must have had a few answers. At least she'll be able to, I don't know, like, give us some hints as to what's going on, because she came in contact with Ziggy later, after Shiki, like, after he left Granville. Now he tries to override Pino's, like, he doesn't override Pino's, like, he orders Pino to come, and like he's like, oh, override yourself. and like, and Shiki's still trying to convince himself. He's like, oh, maybe he doesn't know the plan that the Castellan and like all these like like robots made. But like Ziggy's not really like like saying anything. Oh, here's where Rebecca falls down. Okay, never mind. Yeah, Rebecca falls down, and also over there, what's her name? Homer also falls down. So Shiki goes and helps Rebecca and Happy, while Arsenal goes and helps Homura. And then we can see that Shiki's like, like like, what do you want? You're a person. You're not a robot. You have feelings. You have a heart. So you make your choice. Like, what do you want to do? And you can see that like Pino snapped out of it somehow, and she's like, oh, like like I want to be with you guys. And I don't know, like I feel like a few people might say like, oh, how is this possible? Like, like, oh, like how can Pino suddenly come back to her senses because she was being overwritten? And people might like grumble about this being, I don't know, like friendship power or whatever. But I feel like it's a little bit different because I don't know, like I feel like Pino herself, like like this whole thing where like from the beginning she wanted to be a human, and we have been seeing how like Rebecca and everyone, and we saw that little flashback where Rebecca was like, oh, like Pino, you are you, like like you have a heart. Like she also said the same thing. So did what's his name, Shiki, say the same thing to her as well. So I don't know, I feel like this is what I think. Like even AI robots and humans, when not humans, sorry, what am I saying, AI and robots and androids, like when, I don't know, it's like a weird thing, but I feel like like they might also be able to learn what emotion is, because I don't know, I feel like Pino doesn't look like a like a robot or anything like that. Like she thinks for herself, and anyone who's possible of thinking for themselves, I don't know, I feel like they are also they're also capable of learning what emotion and what like like a human heart is. That's what I think. Like anything that is capable of thinking of its own, I think it's just a matter of time that they'll learn what emotion is. Maybe it's just me, like that's why I think I don't know, I think like artificial intelligence are like like things that thinks for themselves. They learn, they look at the humans, they learn from them. So like they think for themselves, they take decisions on their own. They're not like machines that, oh, you input some commands and they give you an output. Not like that. Yeah, like you say something to artificial intelligence, they think about it, they formulate their own like thought process, and then they like come up with an output, and they think of something else. If they're wrong about something, they try to learn from their mistakes. So anyone who's capable of doing that, anything that is capable of doing that, I feel like it's just a matter of time that they learn what emotion is, and they actually understand emotion. Is it just me? Because that is how I've always like like thought. Because I've seen so many animes before like this, like which brings this topic up about robots and androids having emotions. Like, and I've always thought that they are capable, even if they're not capable at the beginning, they're capable of formulating their own emotions little by little as they keep learning, because they think for themselves. Anyone that's capable of thinking for themselves, I feel like they can also understand what emotion is. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Like, I'm not really, I don't know much about these type of stuff, but in my head, this is how it works. So like whenever like in previous like animes, video games, like whenever this whole topic comes up about robots and androids having emotions and a human heart, I always thought that yeah, it is possible. Like a few people might disagree with me, but I kind of think like it's possible. That's why I think that even though like Pino's like a machine, I won't call her a machine. Yeah, she is a machine. She's like a robot. She is possible of gaining a human heart because of that. So I feel like people might say like, oh, this is like some like friendship power or whatever. I don't think so, because like she has been staying with Shiki, Rebecca, and the crew for a long time. So at this point, I feel like it's like it's not a surprise that she was finally able to gain a human heart and think for herself and actually make her own decisions without the program overwriting her or something like that. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. Like because I've always I've always thought that yeah, androids and like beings which are able to make a thought process on their own and learn from it, they're capable of emotions and gaining a human heart. That's what I've always thought. Maybe I'm wrong, you know. But anyways, but I don't think I'm wrong. I would like to believe it in this way. Okay, so anyways, next we get to see Pino comes to the decision. Pino's like, no, I want to stay with you guys. Now here again, Ziggy is like, okay, I'm going to read this section. Okay, for a moment I thought Ziggy was actually going to attack Pino or something. I don't know, like something messed up stuff is going to happen. But what happens is Ziggy is like, I see. And he was going up, and I was thinking, oh, he was going to shoot a beam or something. I don't know, like destroy the whole planet or something. And he even says like, oh, then rot together with the humans. I was actually waiting for him to shoot a beam or something like that. He doesn't do any of that. He just leaves. Which is again a very weird thing that if he really wanted to defeat them and kill them, he could have done that now. Easily, I feel like. Like he had his whole freaking ship with him. Like if he like ordered Connor to like shoot or something, I don't know. I feel like he would have destroyed everyone at this point. And like I feel like this would have been a better chance for him to destroying Eden Zero, because Shiki is here, isolated, while like two of the shining stars are in Eden Zero, 2 are over here. So they're like separated. I feel like this was probably the best situation that he could have destroyed them and killed them. If he really wanted to kill them, just like how he's saying that, oh, I want to wipe you guys out. But he didn't do that, which is another weird thing. Why would he just let them go like that? And just, like if he actually planned to kill them. But anyways, he boards Eden's 1 and leaves. And you can see that, and he doesn't even attack Eden 0. Like I said, it's very weird. He just leaves. He could have easily attacked Eden 0 here, if he wanted to. But he just leaves and just lets Shiki, Rebecca, and all of them to just board Eden's 0 after that. And they board Eden 0 and starts following Eden's 1. So in Eden 0, obviously everyone's like, what's happening, what's going on, is this supposed to happen? And Homura's happy that Pino's with us. Sister and what's her name? Hermit are just squab, bickering amongst each other, talking about like what is happening, why is this happening? But then we get to see Eden's 1 contact Eden 0, and we get to see Connor here. Now, I think obviously you can understand now why he said before that in the previous world that, oh, I feel like I was, in this world he says, I feel like I was, I get the feeling that I was surrounded by a warm family, which, kind of makes sense, because here you can see his position in Eden's 1 is just like a, like a navigator, not navigator, what do you call them? Like the one who runs the spaceship. Navigator, I think, no. I was going to call him the driver of the ship, but it sounds weird. Like driver of a spaceship, that's weird. But yeah, like the captain. Yeah, there you go, the captain. Yeah, the captain of the ship. That's just as Ziggy says. Oh, I hired you because you have actual promise, and you have good talent. So yeah, maybe that's why he's thinking he's getting the feeling that I was surrounded by a warm family, which was obviously in the previous world he met Rebecca and all that. Now here's another interesting thing that I thought. You remember when we met Connor, he was holding a steering wheel of a ship with stuff okay, you know what, let me go. Okay, yeah, he was holding a steering wheel with a, what's that called, a space suit with the fishes and everything. So I don't know, I get the feeling that either he got, I don't know, somehow his ship got destroyed and he got stranded in the middle of the space, and that's where we found him out and took him in. And if that's the case, then that would mean in the previous world Ziggy wasn't a threat. Something happened to their ship, and something must have happened, and they they got destroyed. And the threat in the previous world was Draken Joe. However, in this world, now that Draken Joe is gone, I feel like something changed in this world which made them not me. But we didn't. No, that doesn't make sense because we met Connor before the whole confrontation with Drac and Joe in the Sun Jewel, that whole thing. So, okay, nah, like, that doesn't make sense. So something happened even before that that changed the whole future here in this world where we never met Connor. Okay, yeah, we don't have enough clues to actually deduce what's going on, but something happened way before in the Sun Jewel arc where we met Connor here, and something changed in that world and this world. But I don't know. We don't know what changed and why did it change. So yeah, like maybe it will also be revealed in the future. Anyways, um, like here we get to see Ziggy's like, oh, now that Eden Swan has awakened, like an Eden Zero will be destroyed. It was just a prototype for all of you guys, and he's like, we also don't need the shining stars because we have the superior version of shining stars here. Allow me to introduce the Demon King's 4 Dark Stars. So with this clown guy, this, I don't know, this long haired this guy, like, then this two like machine robot kind of thing, like, okay, like, all right, like, I don't know why he made them like, especially this clown. What was he thinking when he made him? Like, what the hell? Why? Okay, anyways. Okay, they're the superior version of 4 shining stars. All right, so they're like, oh, there's one of them shining stars is missing, and like, like they're like, oh, like they died, like Valkyrie died, and like he's like, oh, like that's better because we'll have to take care of one of them less. So yeah, again we get to see Shiki thinking about the past, and here we go. We see Ziggy saying that friends are the most important existence in the world, and stuff like that. Wait a minute, you know what? I'm going to go back a little bit. Just a minute. Just a minute. I'm going to. Okay. I'm trying to see like their appearance. Is this the same Ziggy? Even the same Ziggy? Like this Ziggy that we see here has like golden horns, a purple thing in the head. Okay. Alright. Now in the flashback, let me see. Is it the same Ziggy? Because maybe, I don't know, maybe like, no, it's the same Ziggy. Like there's a possibility. I was thinking like, oh, maybe this is an imposter or something. Like who's acting as if he's Ziggy, and the Ziggy that Shiki had was someone else. Like I was thinking for a moment, but no, they look kind of the same. I'm seeing their appearance, at least their appearance is the same. So I think it's the same Ziggy. So yeah, you can see in the past he talked about all of these things and told Shiki like, oh, friends will support you, this and that. So yeah, like something must have happened after this. Like after this, he left Granbell, that he decided to change like his mind and decided to destroy humanity. Either that, or he's planning something else. Any like either of that. But let's see. If really something happened to him, then it happened to him after this. Which made him lose faith in humanity. And he he not even after this. After this, I think he went to Elsie and talked about Eden Zero and like all that stuff, and asked Elsie to help Shiki out or something like that. After that, something must have happened. So hopefully Elsie is able to shed light to the stuff in the next episode. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, like, so Ziggy's like, I'm going to kill you guys. You guys are not needed. This and that, and yeah. So now I think they kind of briefly introduced. Okay, before that, Witch says you were a man of character striving for peace between human and robot. So what happened? You said we were family. You used to be kind to everyone. What happened? Okay, wait. Oh, that guy is Wizard. I guess like the counterpart to Witch. The one who used lightning later. Wait a minute. What's the other guy? Wait. The first one is Wizard. Okay, they don't translate the clown guy. Who is he? They don't translate that name. Okay, next is Brigandine, the big one, or is it the small one? Okay, they don't translate the other one's name as well. But anyways, yeah, they're all counterparts to the original Shining Stars. Like Wizard is like Witch's counterpart, I'm guessing. And I'm guessing there's definitely a Hermit's counterpart here as well, who probably is good at hacking or something, like, like all these things. Oh, I think Brigandine is probably the counterpart to Valkyrie, because he looks big and strong. Yeah, that's what I think. The clown. Either the clown is Hermit's counterpart, or the small one is Hermit's counterpart, the hacker or something like that. While like one of these is like obviously two are left. So one is like Hermit's counterpart, one is Sister's counterpart. Okay. So after that, he's tells Connor like, oh, destroy Eden Zero, and Connor's like, oh, like there's only women and children there, I cannot do that. And yeah, the clown is like, this is why humans are hassle. You're only hired for a steering still, so do what you're told. He still kind of refuses. He's like, but now Wizard says that their existence is a threat to our ideals. There you go. Like here's the thing: if you really wanted to kill them, you could have killed them in the, like in Granville. I don't like, or like in Granville, after you boarded the ship, you could have easily attacked Eden's Zero. You guys actually left. Like why? Why were you waiting for Shiki and Rebecca and all of them to board Eden's Zero, and then why did you come and start this conversation with us? If you really wanted to kill us, you would have killed us then. Which I don't know. Maybe these guys don't have no clue. However, I feel like I don't know. Like these things makes me suspicious of Ziggy. I feel like there's something he's not letting us know. Okay. So yeah, he's like, we have to destroy them, otherwise they're going to oppose us. Oh, this one is Hermit's counterpart, the small one. The clown is Sister's counterpart, I'm guessing. Because this one, he says like confirming the defense of our military powers, and he does like some calculation or whatever. So I'm guessing he's a hacker. So he's Hermit's counterpart. I see. And he's like, oh, they're lower than insects. Great. And they start shooting, they start shooting Eden Zero. Kline and Jin also gets surprised. They're like, what the hell is happening? And yeah, so they starts counter-attacking Eden Zero, and which is like Shiki, like order us to attack them. That is not Ziggy anymore. However, Shiki is still struggling, and somehow we're able to dodge the first attack when they tries to ram into us. But then in the end, which is like Shiki, like you have to take a decision, and in the end Shiki decides, and she is like, yeah, start attacking, we'll withdraw. So they use their their anti-ether, that thing that he uses, anti-ether mines. There you go. Tries to escape. However, these guys are on kind of on a different level. They uses Eden's one uses those little battle drones or whatever to attack them. Eden's Zero also does the same. However, Eden's one's battle drones, obviously they are strong. However, Wizard comes in and just starts attacking our battle drones and just completely destroys them in one strike, one lightning strike. That was crazy. So okay, so they're like, what should we do? They're attacking us. They're using Eden's one is using that beam thing. Starbringer, that's what it's called. And yeah, when it seemed like I was actually thinking oh, they're probably going to get stranded somewhere. The ship is going to get destroyed. They're going to fall and crash into some planet, and they're going to get stranded. However, before that happens, Elsie comes in, and she's like, oh, what are you doing, kids? And yeah, so, and this is the thing, Elsie's fleet is huge, so I feel like Elsie might actually be able to help us here. Even though Eden's one is very strong, with in front of that huge fleet of ships, Elsie actually might be able to do something and help us out. not to destroy Eden's One. I doubt they can destroy Eden's One, but at least Eden's One will retreat for now, I think. But let's wait and see what happens. So there you go. Now, yeah, so this is what happened in this episode. So, like I said, I feel like Elsie has a lot more to input. I feel like something is fishy, but I might be completely wrong. Maybe nothing is fishy. Maybe this is how it is. Like as we are seeing it on the screen, that's exactly what is happening. But then I'm really curious if it is not something suspicious or fishy that Ziggy is doing. I'm curious, why did he suddenly change his mind about humans? What happened to him that made him change his mind and lose all faith in humanity? Because, like before, he really was a nice person. Like he talked about friendship, talked about how humans have a heart, how humans and machines are the same, talked about machines having a heart. But like even I can understand him, like if if the humans did something to him, I can understand him being pissed off at the humans and thinking that humans are bad and humans are like trash and wanting to kill them. But that doesn't explain the fact that he's also kind of acting very coldly towards machines as well. If you remember, in this episode only, I think he was like, oh, towards the Shining Stars, he was like, oh, you guys were just prototypes. We don't need you anymore. Towards Pino, he's like, you were made for something different. Come follow your orders, overwrite your thing. So, like, it's weird. Like, there's so many weird points in this episode. If he really got fed up with humanity, I can understand him being a complete, at complete loss with humanity and actually harboring hatred towards humanity. Why machines? He's acting like an ass to the machines as well. If you kind of listen to it, he's acting like a complete ass towards machine as well. Like the whole Pino situation where he's like, oh, you're supposed to do this, like follow your program. Then towards the Shining Stars, he's like, oh, you guys were a prototype. Guys were just like an experiment. So we don't need you anymore. So just destroy them. Like, why would he act like this towards them? It doesn't make sense. It seems as if he's deliberately trying to act as a villain by being a complete ass towards everyone. That's what it seems like to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. But there's so many inconsistencies in the way he's behaving that it actually is making me more suspicious about his intentions. But let's see. Let's wait and watch. Hopefully Elsie is able to shed some light towards this whole situation. And we get to know what's going on, why this might have happened, and all the other answers. So yeah, let's see. So that is it, guys. Thank you for watching. This was my reaction to Eden Zero season 2 episode number 12, and I'm guessing this is going to have like a 24 episodes like a series is going to be just like the other one. So yeah, this is the beginning of a new arc. So by the end of this anime, I feel like we're going to get all our questions answered. So let's see. Not anime, sorry. By the end of season 2, we're going to get all our questions answered. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Eden Zero. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.